Hello all, this is Halloween, and if you love cemeteries and haunted history as much as I do, you may want to subscribe because I'm going to be taking you somewhere new every week. Today we'll be visiting the Rose Hill Memorial Park Cemetery in Tampa. This cemetery was established in 1928 and is one of Tampa's oldest. Lots of pioneers buried there. Enjoy! We're here at Todo Rico, gonna get a bite to eat. We're here at Rose Hill Memorial Park, established in 1928. This cemetery spans 10 acres of land, and it's in a cluster with Myrtle Hill, Orange Hill, Garden of Memories, and all of those. So, again, if you wanted to come and have a good cemetery tour, spend a day, this would be a good place to do it because there are several cemeteries kind of clustered into one little area. Let's go in and see what we can see. This might be the oldest headstone here. Looks like this person, very young, 22 years old, it says, passed in 1927. I took a still shot of that one because I think it's so cool the way the tile's done. Very unique. I love it. You'll see a lot of that in Oaklawn Cemetery too, with the tiles like that. The Oaklawn Cemetery is the oldest in Tampa, established in 1850. And that's where Vicente Martinez Ybor City's namesake, is buried. If you wanted to go check that one out, that's one of my favorite cemeteries in Tampa. There is a lot to see here. It's a pretty big, it's 10 acres, so it's good size. I'll be taking a lot of photographs in here. We have the Garcias, Guzman. There are some shady areas, but there's also a lot of not shaded areas, so be prepared for that. It gets rather warm here. Well, this is neat. It has a nice picture of him on this headstone. There are really a lot of beautiful headstones here. So there'd be a lot to see if you come and visit the Rose Hill Cemetery. A lot of them newer, but the older ones are mixed in. So you'll get a good variety of everything. Veterans, old headstones, footstones, newer headstones that are very unique by design. Very cool. Now you can see here, management is... They allow a lot more than some other cemeteries do, like Dignity or something like that. So the management is kind of lax. So you see a lot of balloons and fake flowers and even debris because people don't come and switch them out as often as they should. I'm on the lookout right now for the Robles family. There's actually some Robles buried here. So if you recall, in my Robles family cemetery video, we talked about the Robles family and how they came here to America. They immigrated and came over here, and they were very successful in farming and business, and really were some of the pioneers of Tampa, of the Tampa area. And a couple of them are said to be buried here, so I'm gonna keep an eye out. There are a lot of Spanish families here, so Fernandez, Perez, Latin families, I should say, because I'm not sure if it's Spanish or Puerto Rican, but there are a lot of Latin families buried here. Garcia. There are a lot entered here who passed in the 20s and 30s, and they have such cool older headstones. It's just neat to see. They all have their little picture there. We've got Rivas, Suarez, Soto. Soto, I think, is Colombian. I once knew a Soto. So yeah, a lot of Latin families buried here. And all around this area, there's great Latin food. Whether you want Colombian or Spanish or whatever, Cuban, you can find a lot of that, you know, pretty close to here. And it's all like little mom and pop places like where we just went. And it looks like a dive from outside, but it was actually very clean and delicious, and the food was amazing. Here's a whole Paget plot. David Allen Paget, Effie Jane Paget, Mildred Paget, James E. Paget, and Joseph and Lucille Paget. I actually have a friend, David Paget, so I'm always wondering if that's his family, but I see a lot in the Tampa area. A lot of Pagets at all the different cemeteries. These are really pretty. I love the color of that headstone. So nice. Peach, I guess. Red marble even. Very nice. Looks like the grass at my house. Comes in patches. I'll fix that eventually. Looks like there's a small niche here in the middle of the cemetery, but not very many interments. Just one I can see on this side, and a couple on the other side in the bottom corners. It is definitely a hot July day, and there's really not a lot of shade here. There's little areas with shade, but it's mostly wide open. So you're definitely going to want to dress appropriately for that. I'm the girl in black, but I always am. I don't know. I like to wear black. It's slimming, but it's hot on a hot day in the cemetery. So we're going to check out this corner of the cemetery real quick, see if we can find the Robles and any other cool headstones, and then we'll start heading out of here. Here are the Robles I was looking for. Joseph Paul, 1871 to 1964, and Etta, 1881 to 1965. This is the son, the junior of the original Joseph Paul Robles that immigrated here from Spain. And another interesting thing about the Robles family, and another one of their endeavors, were that they were stonemasons or stoneworkers, however you would call it, and they owned a company. They would make a lot of the headstones for Woodlawn Cemetery. So it's likely if you go to the Woodlawn Cemetery here nearby that you're going to see a lot of their stonework on the headstones there. So it's just another interesting fact about the Robles family. And if you hadn't yet, watch my video on the old Robles family cemetery. It's a very small cemetery, but I talk a lot about the history of the Robles family in that video. And that I'd been pronouncing it wrong my whole life, but that's them, the Robles. It's hotter than blue blazes out here, so we're getting out of here. See you next time. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you loved today's episode. The Rose Hill Cemetery may not have been much to look at as far as trees and flowers and, you know, really nice grass, but it had some really unique old headstones in there that it's worth a trip to if you're into that sort of thing. If you like really old ornate headstones and unique stuff, you can see a lot of that there. There's a lot of room to run around, so you can even get a little exercise while you're there. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share the video, and I'll see you next time.